to welcome to the PlayStation podcast. Home ethics. Let me stop. Oh
Welcome to
gosh,
the
let me get this.
PlayStation Culture
Hold his chair up
Podcast.
a little bit.
You know he's serious when he had to pull
I
the
see like
chair
a
up.
short person.
Serious
So,
Sam.
well, the dresser I have this laptop on it sits kind of high.
It does look a little different.
So
So
Welcome to the PlayStation Culture
why
Podcast.
are you so gay?
Home of all things PlayStation culture.
I think so.
well, someone's got to introduce this thing while you're fucking munching. So
I'm sorry. Welcome to the PlayStation Culture Podcast. Today we have two guests. One is my dear friend, which is the guy at the upper left hand side of the screen. Goes by the name of Hellscream. You may hear me say his name, his government name, occasionally. And the one at the bottom, left hand side of the screen, is also my good friend Jeremy, um, Ron Jeremy. So today we are going to be talking about some things. This is pretty dry. It's dry out there. It is super dry in terms of the news. So we want to actually kind of geek out on some things PlayStation related. So
That's
let's.
okay, man, because we're not all about you know, the newest and greatest news all the freaking time. We just like
I mean,
PlayStation
yeah,
shit.
that whole chasing the fucking news thing is ridiculous. So, but let's get this started. Right. Hellscream, what have you been playing? What have you been doing so far?
all right, well, uh, so I just recently wrapped up my second playthrough, or I guess you could say my extended session
Oh
with God of
boy.
War on the PlayStation 5. I played. I did a fresh game save, so my first playthrough was on Give Me a Challenge, and I was like, you know what, I'm having a lot of fun here with the combat. Because it'd been a while since I played it last, so I was like, let me do another playthrough. So I did New Game Plus on Give Me God of War, and I just wrapped all that up yesterday, and I was kind of surprised with how much fun I had with it because I'd already done like three playthroughs, a while back, um, and I didn't really think I'd want to play it so much, this time around. But yeah, playing it on the PS5, on a 4K TV, the image quality, the flawless, frame rate, pretty much stays at 60 at all times, even at the most intense moments. Like just it being in places like Muspelheim, where by then most of your stuff's upgraded, so like doing all your runic attacks and having Atreus do his shit, and there's all kinds of particles just fucking everywhere, and it runs at a flawless 60. Yeah, it was a real treat.
I remember you saying
Um,
something yesterday. You were kind of annoyed by the amount of particles.
yeah, so
I can't see shit.
so this is kind of funny. It's kind of this is like a first world issue, right? Is so I was expressing that some of the certain abilities that the Valkyries do, um, like when you're doing like certain runic attacks or Atreus with like his electricity arrows and shit like that. There's so much stuff going on graphically that sometimes it
Leosta.
actually, yeah, it obscures your ability to see what the boss is doing. So sometimes it's like for example, if you use his one of his runic attacks, and it's the electricity, it's a bright yellow. Let's say the Valkyrie's doing a yellow attack, right? That ring is kind of obscured through all the shit that's there, and so it's like you can't you're like you're trying to see what's going on,
You should be able to see,
so
but
it
it's 4K. You should be able to peer
yeah,
through it.
it's there's maybe a little too much going on in terms of particle effects at
It's just
times.
it's too much.
Yeah, yeah. But overall, though, no, I had a lot more fun than I thought.
Is it the
I
60
will.
frames per second that is doing it?
What's that?
Is it the 60 frames per second?
I mean, part of the kind of overall graphical performance and presentation on a PS5. I mean, it does. it does improve your enjoyment. If you're having fun with the game. But I'll say that with that's just kind of icing on the cake. God of War actually is, now that I've played through it, and it's been a while. Um, there's a lot of care and attention to detail that they put in that game. It's really impressive what Sony Santa Monica was able to accomplish with that game. Um, I mean, it's really it's a game that everyone has to play, right? It's one of those titles that you can't you haven't really lived if you haven't played it yet. Honestly,
Somebody said it was just a good game.
Uh, well, I'm pretty sure there are people out there that probably don't care much for it. I mean, that's everybody. I mean, like, me, I've expressed that I've never cared much for the Soul series. Not that I think it's bad or there's anything wrong with it. It's just which we've had this conversation. I don't like kind of reactive combat. I prefer, like, I just started Devil May Cry 5, so I'd like to be able to be aggressive.
Offensive.
And I like to be able to kind of have a combat system to where I can evade enemy damage and kind of style on them, so to speak, and be aggressive. As much as I love God of War, that is a very reactive combat system.
We're going to get into that one because we're
Okay.
going to talk about future stuff.
All right.
And what we are anticipating. Jeremy,
Yo,
what about you?
Check out the topics room real quick.
You know what I've been playing.
Nigga, always doing something.
Returnal,
Check out the
and I
topics
finished
room.
Resident Evil
I
8
gotta
a
do
few
all
hours
this
ago.
Shit. I got a teeny ass screen.
I
Speaking of
finished
screens,
Resident
I
Evil
gotta
8
tell you
earlier
something
this
else about
afternoon.
podcast.
Play Returnal and I finished Resident Evil 8 recently, a couple hours ago.
Damn, you just finished Resident Evil 8? Isn't it didn't it just come out?
It's like a 5-hour game.
Yeah. I put 11 into it.
Mm-hmm.
You were staring at that lady's ass the whole time. That's what it was.
I watched a guy stab her with a knife and then run away. It was funny. I didn't have that kind of balls.
He poked her in her ass with a knife and she turned around like, for real?
Yeah.
And then she just keeps walking. And she walks away. Okay. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. If anybody's going to play it and is listening to this, if you have a PS5, I would definitely go back and play 7. Because at the end you'll find out. But it's going to play off of 7, the ending, a lot. And I had to go look up and figure out what everything meant because so much got thrown at you at the end that it got a little convoluted.
Now, I will say this. I heard that there's a previously on Resident Evil 7, but it doesn't give you enough information.
Yeah, it doesn't give you enough to remember everything that happens at the end. I had to go back and watch what did the ending mean? Because I had played 7 in probably 2 or 3 years. And it basically lays off of what happened at the end of that to the end of that, and what happens at the end of this game. It makes everything make more sense if you're up to date on it.
Makes sense. Okay. What about you, Ken the Dishonorable?
God, I just love that name.
Shut your ass up and tell you what the fuck you seeing. Good ice cream.
What have I been playing? I've kind of been on a bit of a yeah, every day actually. Every day. I never miss my schedule. And it's always great too. But
More, please.
no, I mean I've kind of been on a little bit of a hiatus. The last game that I did play was Returnal, and I had ended up in the third biome, and dude, I was getting my ass handed to me, dude.
I thought you played the Souls games.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I thought you.
And
I thought you got good.
It's a different type. I don't know, man.
I don't want to hear it no more.
The flow of the game is just a different type of game, man. And I'm still getting used to it. And how everything sort of functions a little bit. But that was pretty much the last game that I played, for the most part. And I, like I said, ended up in the third biome. I haven't killed the boss yet. that dude, man. Oh my god. I don't know how far you guys have gotten, but well, Nelson told me he's still in Biome 1, but dude, that freaking third boss is
He got
I'm
Jeremy.
glad. I told you about my glitch too.
yeah, yeah, man.
I'm
But-
pissed. And then I died right after that too.
I mean, let's be honest here. You were gonna
I wanna
die-
be able to heal
You were going to die
myself.
anyway.
Huh?
Let's
Well,
be
I couldn't
honest.
heal
Let's
myself,
be
so why
honest.
not?
Let's be honest, Jeremy.
I
you
could
wanna
go to
die.
sleep. Probably.
Don't try to act like you was so far. Oh, I was so far, I got all this shit.
I was built up. I had the items I finally wanted, and I didn't screw myself over. And then I tried to go to sleep, and I'm like, oh, I can't. That's cool.
Ain't that a
Fuck
bitch?
you too.
You know- Hey, you know what, man? Besides Returnal, I was actually playing Parasite Eve again. I started playing it again. Yeah.
That's old school right there.
Yeah. I never played it back in the day, so
Squaresoft.
Are you playing it through an emulator, or are you actually playing it on a OG PlayStation?
I don't have the original copy, man. I have a PlayStation, I just don't have the original game. So
Oh,
I'm playing it
he's-
on.
Y'all hear
You know what's
Yeah,
funny?
man.
You hear it, guys.
I
He's stealing
downloaded it this week on my PS3.
He's stealing it. You heard it first. He stole it. Cheap bitch.
Along with Vagrant Story and Jet Moto. I think I have everything that I
What's
want
up
to
with
take
you and
with,
Jet
so they
Moto,
can shut
yo?
that store
You and
down.
your fantasy with Jet Moto.
I like Jet Moto.
Hey, Jet Moto was good, man. I remember. I have fond memories of that back in the day. So.
One and
had-
two,
I had-
three killed it.
I had a this little after school program I used to I used to actually go to, and we all had our little session time to play it, right? To play our own games, I hated it. There was this one kid, he was older than me by like a couple years, and he would always play Gran Turismo. I was like, fuck this game, man. What was the game that I used to play? It was Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit. I was like, this game is so much better. But if I really had to play the game, I want to play Tomb Raider 3. And everybody was like tired of me playing Tomb Raider 3. Oh man. And there's one guy, he would play Jet Moto. I'm like, fuck, I don't want it. It looks ugly. So graphically it looked like shit.
It's one of the first games that was out for PlayStation. Chill.
Yeah.
It looks so ugly.
It was a
man.
launch game, man. That was like the first game I
I don't care.
had.
That shit was garbage.
I remember playing maybe the second one, but I remember playing the second game on the PlayStation Underground demo disc they would mail out, and I think it was Blockbuster, wherever I got my parents to rent it for me. But yeah, Jet Moto was pretty cool. I have fond memories of that back in the day. So
Turns
because
out-
Jet Moto, like I put it in the kind of category of like, it's kind of like when I played Tekken for the first time.
Tekken
like,
2 was one of my first other.
you know, like actually
PS3
playing like
game.
a three-dimensional fighting game, right? Like just it didn't sound impressive now, but going from something that's just two-dimensional and then playing a game where you can actually like rotate around and shit, like it was so mind-blowing at the time, you know, back in
Tekken 2 is why I got a
95 or whatever,
PlayStation.
96, yeah. So see, I kind of
'Cause
I put Jet Moto up there with it, you know. So
Yeah, they were early games. Those are my first two games for PlayStation because my rich ass buddy had one, and I was still playing on Super Nintendo. I was like, "What is this witchcraft?"
right.
Mine, I actually bumped into the PlayStation 1 and played Tekken 2. And I was like,
See?
man, the one thing that I liked, even though the graphics weren't that good, was the fucking animations, man. I remember looking at Paul Phoenix. And the fucking
Yeah.
sound effects were so fucking crazy. Not only did the sound effects match what you saw, but it looked really.
I like the physics too, because like when you do the Phoenix Smasher, and you hit somebody and like their whole body.
Yeah, and then you run them
and then
over,
they
and it's
take the
over, and
sound,
you get
it's
that
like-
fury
it's like-
punch. That fury punch.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's like
Their whole
It's
body
really-
like just collapsed in on itself. and
No,
shit when you
the
hit 'em.
other
Yeah.
one where he punches you, you just like skeet across the floor, basically.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, and then you run them over, and the fight's over. That's it. That's
Mhm.
the fury punch.
KO. Anyway, so my games that I've been playing lately, I don't want to hear it out of none of you. Shut the fuck up, preemptively. Shut the fuck up.
Ah man.
Mm-hmm.
So I've started another playthrough
You've
of
been playing some
Horizon
hentai
Zero
anime
Dawn.
shit, haven't you?
Ah,
Shut
oh my god, man. Jesus H. Christ. Like, a fucking brand new PS5 exclusive just came out, and this motherfucker's talking about, I'm gonna go back and play this game.
Because
It's like,
I know in my heart that Forbidden West will come out, and I just wanted to be fresh.
I'm gonna tell y'all how many hours he's got into this
Shut up!
game,
Don't
bro.
you? I told you,
1,500.
shut the
I'm
fuck
gonna
up.
tell you how
preemptively.
many hours. he's got into
1,500.
this game.
I'm booting him out. No, he gotta go before you
No,
say.
but before no. But check this out. I'll share something with you. Okay, I'll show you how many hours I've put into a different game before I tell you how many hours he's got. So.
Yeah,
Alright,
what is
so-
the name of that website where you
Yeah.
could check people's trophies and stuff like that?
I don't know, but you
I can
do
just
it
look on your profile.
You can do it on PSN.
Okay.
All right, so The Witcher 3, right? Which I don't even know how I haven't had that many hours in there, but apparently I do. So The Witcher 3, according to PlayStation Network, it says I have 1,600 hours logged into that game, right?
Ooh.
Okay, I got 386, and I thought that was a
Yeah.
lot.
Yo, bro, I was getting ready to say, I was like, dude, I got 400 hours. There's no way he's gonna beat
I don't,
that.
honestly, I don't know how I got that high. Maybe falling asleep with the game on or something. But
Mine's all
So-
playtime.
right,
There's just a lot to do in that. The first playthrough was over 200 hours, and I didn't do all the question mark bullshit.
Mhm.
That's just games. Like that's in game.
right.
Bro, I put 400 hours into that game without doing a lot of the side quests.
I got over 300 hours in God of War. So, but after that, I could play through. But okay, so let's see here. How many hours has he got in Horizon? He's got 1,334 hours in fucking Horizon.
1,300.
Oh my god, so over 1,300 hours.
Isn't that less
Holy
than your time?
So
That's
yeah,
not-
but The Witcher 3 is a
Witcher
much
3 has a
longer
lot more
game.
content.
Yeah,
it has
but
a
the
lot more
quality
You
is
can do a
worse.
full
So,
playthrough.
yo, Devil Shooter, what's going on? I'm fucking.
How did you manage 1,300 hours in Horizon, dude?
I think
Because
I
he's been
feel,
playing it every day for like 10 years. So
honestly, like this is what I would do. Like I there was some things I was doing, some projects like comparing graphics and shit like that, and I would have to wait into certain conditions in the environment were met. Rainy days, sunshiny days, clouds, and then I just would fuck around with the combat as well. Like sometimes there was a crusade I was doing. They gave you ghost points, right? And they never told you what the ghost points did. And I had a theory on the ghost points in Horizon. I thought that the ghost points actually changed the gameplay up, made it harder. And I still haven't conclusively found out what was going on with that. Either way, I was playing. I'm playing a new playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn, waiting for Forbidden West. And just collecting.
You don't even like that
What
game,
you
man.
say?
You don't even like that game, dude.
Shut your ass up.
Huh?
Anyway, so the other one obviously is Returnal. I've been seeing a lot of complaints, but before we even get into the topics, I know this has been 15 minutes in these fucking topics. I mean, before the topics, we have
Yeah,
two
it's okay,
topics to
man.
talk about, right? Two main ones. Now we can either talk about the upcoming games of PlayStation, or we could talk about the upcoming partnership or ships of PlayStation. Which one do you guys want to tackle first?
Honestly, dude, I think we should we should talk about the partnership, and then we could just spend more time talking about the good shit, the games.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? Anyway, so partnership. So Sony has done, and I can't go into. Let me take a look here. So Sony has done a couple partnerships. One of the partnerships is it's Discord, and we don't necessarily know how Discord plays a role. So I have a question for you, Ken. How is Discord on the Xbox Series X?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I actually had no idea that Discord was on the Xbox Series X. Or just, like, I'm not even joking. Like, I didn't even know. Like, a lot of people were talking about it. They were like, "Yo, Xbox had Discord already." I'm like, dude, I have never seen Discord on Xbox at all.
It's on there, but it's limited on what you can do. I can't remember what the limitations are, but you can't chat on it or nothing.
You can?
Yeah, that's stupid. I don't.
Uh-uh.
So, I guess
I think you could basically just hook it up and have it connected to it, but it don't really do nothing. I can't remember. I seen a thing on it the other day, but I can't remember verbatim.
I have not seen it at all. I don't know what you could do with it. I didn't know. I didn't even know it even existed on on Xbox, man, until everybody started bringing it up. Because once Sony announced the partnership with Discord, obviously all of the PlayStation fans were like, "Yeah, Discord, PlayStation," whatever that whole thing, right? and then obviously the other people they were just like, "Yeah, that shit's been on Xbox for like a while now." I'm like, really?
well, if it's on Xbox for a while, that means it's not handled properly. You know what I mean? which is kind of funny. So let's start off with that because I'm still looking up different things. Terry, how do you feel about Discord being a part of and what I believe is going to happen because we don't know. They said basically stay tuned. I mean, I think the only thing that's going to be really connected is just the communities. If you listen to the verbiage of what Sony says about the Discord, which let me do this.
Can you pull it up?
Pull it up and put it where?
Cover your face, man.
Put it on the
Put it in your
screen
ass.
like that. So.
Okay, here you go. The capabilities of Discord on Xbox are limited. Like you can hook it up where people can see what you're playing, and that's pretty much it.
Can you find out what it is doing exactly?
I could look it up for you real quick.
I'm reading about it. Yeah, you can basically, how like Magnificent has his shit hooked up the PC. You can see when he's playing on his PC. Like you can do that, and I think that's about all you can do.
So the verbiage. This is what I think is going on, and then I'll give you the answers. Or a question, Terry. They say announcing PlayStation's partnership with Discord. Right. This is what it's on the website. Jim Ryan, president and CEO at Sony Computer Entertainment, says at PlayStation we are constantly, he says, looking for new ways to enable players around the world to connect with one another, from new friendships and community, and fun and share fun experiences and lasting memories. It is the spirit of what we are excited to announce in a partnership with Discord, the communication service popularized by gamers and used by more than 140 million people every month around the world. Now, if you look at the verbiage of that comment, they say a new friendship and communities and sharing are all the operative words of what Discord is doing or what this partnership is. So I think it's going to basically replace communities. I don't think Sony is going to actually do communities anymore. This is just going to be a slot in an operating system that you can put things like this into. So if Discord collapses, then another service could take its place that's similar.
So I just looked this up for you, man. What you can and cannot do with Discord on Xbox. All right, it says what you can do with Discord on Xbox. It's possible to link your Discord account with Xbox One, but right now the functionality is very limited. Currently, all you can do is view what your friends are playing on Xbox via Discord. And it says what you can't do is you can't chat with your friends. You can't, you can't chat in a chat channel on Discord, and you cannot add friends, and you can't join a new server. So it's basically like
you can see what other people are playing, and that's it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, like there's really no functionality to it.
So let me see if I can do this here. Hold on. Audio output. PlayStation culture. Is this a picture? Oh, okay. Browser. That's what that is. See, that's the thing that I don't like. This is why I didn't want to do this. But we'll test it out. Because I wish you can kind of scroll and shit like this. This is what it would look like if I were to put a browser URL here. Let me see here. Oh, it's not even anywhere. Hello? Never mind. It didn't pop up. Anyway. So I gotta still look into that. Terry, how do you think what do you think Sony's doing with this Discord um, partnership?
Well, I think like if we look at Discord on its own, what is Discord? Discord is basically kind of the latest, greatest, and most popular tool when it comes to communication and socialization amongst gamers. You know, if you go back in the day, you look at things like TeamSpeak and Ventrilo, shit like that. Um, it's even though as much as a game can try and connect people and have them socialize, um, gamers have always ended up having to use basically a third party system to organize or coordinate things. You know, you look at MMOs and large guilds. Um, you know, they'd have their own website or they have their own Mumble or whatever. You know, and I think Discord is basically the latest and greatest tool to serve that purpose. So I'm just speculating that I think Sony kind of realizes that as much as they can do with the PlayStation, or as much as they may try to do, gamers are still going to end up using a third party system like Discord to socialize and to communicate and stay in touch. So I'm kind of curious if perhaps it's a partnership where they're going to have a setup to where Discord can be integrated or have an app for the PlayStation, or there may be something which I doubt it'll be something specifically for PlayStation. So I'm assuming it's some kind of partnership in as much as that there'll be an app or some kind of integration of Discord to be usable and accessible as best as possible within PlayStation Network. To me, that makes the most sense. So I think it's just a kind of logical, kind of if you want to think of it as like a simple mathematic problem. You know, it's like, well, we want people to socialize and communicate and be able to connect a lot easier. And we realize that a platform like Discord is used a lot. It's popular. It's well known. It has great functionality. You know, why try and put in all the money and time into creating our own thing like, like the communities that you had on the PS4? And why not just allow players to use Discord and integrate its functionality through an app or somehow with the PlayStation 5? So it's just kind of a logical step to add some convenience and additional functionality to gamers to socialize and communicate and what say it. So it seems very simple, but I think those type of utilities that Sony can offer to their base, it helps like affirm its position as being a quality console. If that makes sense. So,
do you think it's going to clash with whatever they're doing?
No, not at all, not at all. Because it's kind of the best way I can describe it. It's like a console versus a portable gaming device. Like those two things, while they're both gaming devices, they're never going to conflict with each other. You know, they're kind of in their own realm, so to speak. And Discord is like the same thing. Nothing Discord does conflicts with anything that Microsoft or Sony wants to do as it pertains to their influence on the market or whatnot. It's popular. Everyone uses it. It has great utility. So why try to spend the time and money to do your own thing when you might as well just have a partnership and integrate a well-known and great tool for everybody? Because I think regardless of how great the PS5 becomes and what utility it offers, people are still going to use third-party programs like Discord strictly as a social and a communication device. So
They mentioned mobile in a Discord statement. So let me take a look here. Umar says, our goal is to bring Discord and PlayStation experiences closer together on console and mobile starting next year, allowing friends and groups and communities to hang out.
Does anyone else find it kind of suspicious that they just renewed Home and then they did this deal with Discord right after?
No, I don't, they're too different.
Well, it may be possible that maybe maybe there may be some integration with that. Uh, so
Now,
if they do anything with PlayStation Home, so which they
yeah,
may
that's
not.
still a big if. Now, why mobile though? Don't forget that people tend to forget that Sony has they have mobile roots. They consistently forget that
I
Sony
believe they're making like Uncharted and stuff like
they
type games for
not
mobile.
even that they have legitimate like mobile games in Japan. That does gangbusters. Like it does really well.
What was that game called? Grand something. Grand Stay Night or something. Fate Stay Night. I think that was one of PlayStation's mobile games in Japan that's incredibly popular right now.
Now, what about you, Jeremy? What do you think this all means?
I don't have a damn clue. I just got on Discord like a month ago. No, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Do you know what Discord is?
Yeah, I'm on it.
He's using it right now. I hope so.
No, I
No, I'm
mean,
fairly new to
no,
it
no.
though. His,
That's what I'm saying. Do you know what it does? Because every time I would say something, you be like, "Well, I don't know how to do this. And I don't know how to do that either." I mean, low key, I don't know how to do it either. I was like, man, you gotta have to fucking go online and search for it. Discord
I'm
would
not.
help when Sony
Yep.
goes full PC. What does that mean, Devil Shooter?
you know what he's saying.
You know, I want
He
him to.
says when they
I want.
integrate with everything in
I
the
want him to.
PC.
I want him to explain that. Man, I hope.
He's
I
stirring the
love
pot.
PlayStation Home. Let me see here. Grand Blue Fantasy. Yeah, but there's mobile games aren't on the PS4 or 5. I
Yeah,
mean,
but Grand Blue Fantasy isn't Sony's game though. That's Side Games. That's their game. They published it and produced it in house.
so what
Sony, yeah,
do we have to look up? Let me see here. Um, Sony games on mobile.
yeah. Grand Blue Fantasy. They have that is a massively popular mobile game in Japan, but it's not. That's not Sony's game at all. Um, they have the what you call it, the one that's supposed to be coming to PS4. I'm sorry, PS4 and PS5. Um, which is the Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, which I think it's probably just an exclusivity deal. Um, but that's pretty much it, man. They also have that Project Awakening game,
Are you still there?
which neither one of the games. But the fact of the matter is that Side Games are the ones who are publishing and producing those games. So yeah, that Grand Blue Fantasy mobile game is not Sony's
Oh
whatsoever.
yeah, I forgot too. By the way, you mentioned something on PC, right? I mean, on PC, mobile. So there was a job listing that appeared head of mobile, working at PlayStation Studios based in San Mateo, California, as
Yeah,
head
that
of
was a few.
what?
That was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. So it says, as head of mobile, let me see here, you will own and develop the mobile game strategy for PlayStation Studios and help build a foundation and growth for opportunities. So it looks like they're planning on making mobile games. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. They were going to use, this is what they said here. You will lead all aspects of expansion of our game developments to consoles and PCs to mobile and live services with a focus on successfully adapting PlayStation's most popular franchises for mobile. You will lead all aspects of the expansion of our game developments from consoles and PCs to mobile and live services with a focus on adapting PlayStation's most popular franchises to mobile. So they're looking to move their stuff to mobile as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they've been talking a
But
little bit
they've
more
been
about.
doing this though. That's not anything new.
Yeah, think about like Mario. What is it? Mario Run or whatever on phone.
Magnificent Black.
Yeah.
Well, when The Last of Us multiplayer and other multiplayers comes out on Discord, how would it come out on Discord? What are you talking about? Oh, when it comes
Oh,
out.
because it might be with
No,
PC.
it was supposed to be a comment or a comma in between there. Discord would be easy way to talk between PS and PlayStation players. That's if
Yeah,
the
that's what I
games
thought
go
he
on
was.
PC. They are. They already told you guys that though. That's not anything new. I don't know why everyone's like it's not new. It's not new. I don't know why that's a mystery here for
I
everybody.
think the biggest difference is that they're what they're probably going to try and do is, like they mentioned before, migrate some of their bigger franchises onto the mobile somehow. I don't exactly know how they're going to do it. If it's going to be like what Microsoft is doing with an xCloud type thing, where you can access it and stream it to your device, or if it's going to be like, more like a mobile adaptation of the game. Like for example, when you had what's that game, Dragon Quest 11.
Hmm.
They had like the full console version, and then they had like on the Switch, and I believe they had it on mobile too. There was a like a miniature version, so they had like a mobile adaptation of the game.
Like a
Um,
Dragon Quest Light.
yeah, yeah, it was the same game, same story, same characters, everything. It was just they integrated it like into like a mobile type game. So I don't know if they're gonna. I don't see how that would work honestly, but you know, maybe maybe they're gonna do something like that. They haven't really gone too much into like specifics on their cloud strategy. The only thing that they mentioned was that one, they're going to try and migrate some of their bigger franchises to mobile somehow, um, and that whatever it is going to be unique to the PlayStation platform. So other than
Devil
that, it's
Shooter,
pretty much
you
up in
can
the
walk your ass up in the fucking Discord. You do realize there's no restriction, right? Just saying.
air.
So my take on this, I did remember them a couple years ago. This is back when Sean Layton was working there. Um, they want to put multiplayer games on. They want to first of all invest more into multiplayer games. Secondly, they want to put their multiplayer games on PC. Let me see if I can find exactly what they said. This is going to go into our second topic though, but there's other partnerships that we want to talk about. So the other partnership is the Evo situation. So what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, who-
Um, Ken the Dishonorable.
sexy name. um, honestly, man, I don't really. My thoughts on Evo, man, were, and I don't know, man. I feel like what they're probably gonna do with it is what I kind of feel like they're gonna do with the other deals that they were making, like with Crunchyroll and trying to do like this video pass stuff. I think they're, at least in my opinion, I think what they're gonna try and do is make PlayStation like, when you think of entertainment, PlayStation is what comes to mind. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I feel like Evo was probably more like akin to that. Um, but outside of that, man, I don't really know like exactly what their plans are with Evo. You know, I just think that they're,
I,
because Sony is an entertainment company. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and they have been for years. That's just who they are. Games, movies, just entertainment in general. You know, so when I
TVs,
hear something,
cameras.
yeah, so like when I hear about Evo, it's not really like they're acquiring a studio to make a new game or something like that. It's not like a service, like PS Now or PS Plus or anything like that. It's an event. It's an event where people like come together and they play. It's entertainment. It's esports. You know, that's what esports is. It's entertainment. So like I don't know. When I hear about Evo, I just think,
I think they're
uh,
gonna. I think they're gonna end up because they didn't buy Evo. It's still a joint effort. I think it's gonna glorify and glorify and popularize Evo. I think they're going to put a lot of money in advertising, and that's how I feel like they're going to kind of work that. To be clear,
And you have PlayStation everywhere when you're watching that shit too.
Yeah, yeah. To me, it seems like they're really trying to,
It's free advertisement. Well, not free, but it's advertisement.
yeah, yeah. Just I don't know, solidify even more so like their position and as an entertainment entity. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, those are my thoughts. I don't know what you guys thought about it
what
specifically.
about you, Terry? What do you think about the Evo situation?
Well,
I know Shinobi. He does all this shit too, but he never really took it that far.
well,
He should.
the first thing that comes to mind is I'm assuming that something like Evo, as well as any esports, I imagine probably suffered, uh, you know, due to the COVID, right? So, um,
And the sexual
so
allegations.
so so I know that as you stated, it's not that they outright own Evo. It's they're a co-owner. They have bought in a portion. I don't know how big that portion is. Um, I mean, I do know that strictly speaking, in terms of finances, that there must be a lot of profit uh, or profitability with stuff like that. Because if you look at like Blizzard, for example, um, Blizzard with the games like StarCraft 2 and Overwatch, they really, really, really pushed the esports side of those two games. StarCraft 2 kind of fizzled out, unfortunately. Overwatch, I'm not too sure how that does in regards to esports in terms of how popular or how profitable it's been. Um, but obviously, if you look at the classics like StarCraft 1 or Counter Strike, obviously a lot of money has been made over the year, and there's been a lot of competitions. Um, so it could simply just be a practical thing of, due to the COVID, that kind of stressed out that kind of industry, and Sony saw an opportunity to, become a co-owner of something like Evo, because Evo is like one of the, if not the biggest fighting game like esports event specifically for fighting games. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure Evo is like the top dog in terms of popularity. Um, but in terms of how it would affect PlayStation, that I'm not sure. I mean, I think, I guess in some regard, if like I know games like Tekken, like when it comes to the competitive side of Tekken, it's pretty much exclusively always played on the PlayStation console. From what I remember, pretty much all of Tekken 7, like specifically, I know that pretty much anytime they have a competition, where people show up, it's they're always using PlayStation consoles. They're never really using an Xbox or PC, to my knowledge, for the most part. So maybe there's maybe there's the practicality of profitability. Maybe it kind of can promote the PlayStation console indirectly to some degree. But in terms of how it affects the PlayStation gaming experience, the console itself directly, that I'm not too sure of. Maybe Sony's got some big plans, but yeah, I just kind of look at it as like just a practical move. Like if you have so much invested in the gaming market by having your own console and having all these games to play, it would make more sense that if I don't know, if Sony comes out with like an exclusive game that ends up being popular in esports, or maybe not exclusive, but something that's by Sony, that ends up being multi-platform, but ends up being very popular in terms of esports, that there would be a lot of money in it for them. If they're responsible for the creation of the game, they have ownership as well as the esports events that host the game. So yeah, it just seems like I guess just an opportunity to have a practical business move, and I guess due to the COVID, that kind of stressed out those industries, or that industry, I'm sorry, of esports. So they kind of seized the opportunity, I guess. So that's all that really comes to mind.
I'll try to ask Jeremy what he thinks, but it's probably going to be another 3-word answer. But go on, Jeremy. What do you think about this?
What do you mean? I have a lot of input if it's something I know something about, and I don't know anything about this. Pass. No, I really don't. I really don't care. I don't watch that shit. But I think it's just a lot of advertisement. You know what I mean? Like sponsoring that. You see PlayStation everywhere. You associate competitive gaming with Sony. You know what I mean? Like, so if you ever want to be a pro, you got to get a PlayStation kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they've been a part of that too. They've been a part of the fighting community for a while. It was.
I know, but you're the
standard.
apex now since you're a partner. I mean, that shit's gonna be everywhere. When you boot it up to watch it, it's gonna say sponsored by PlayStation. Shit's gonna be played on a PlayStation. PlayStation's gonna be all over the walls. It's gonna be
everywhere.
put some advertisements in intermission. You know what I mean?
You know, I also kind of feel like they're gonna do it also to make like the community aspect feel better as well. You know, like for example, like when you just boot up your PlayStation, right? You know, you see that there's this big fucking event going on with Evo. You know, somewhere on your dashboard.
Yeah, put it in a store or
They've
something
been-
like
well,
that.
No,
Where
no, because now
There-
the store is built into the fucking dashboard. There's been a lot of things that's been low key, like coming up. We
To
gotta-
interrupt real quickly, it comes to mind, but I remember several times on PlayStation's official YouTube channel that I noticed that pretty much like with the example of Mortal Kombat, it seemed like anytime Mortal Kombat had like an invitational or some kind of competitive event,
they have one every week.
they like Sony would always have something about that on their official PlayStation channel. So I guess maybe it's something that's been on their minds for a while. But I kind of agree. Like, yeah, like it makes sense. It would kind of give more promotion, free advertisement to Sony. You know, like, hey, this is a Sony sponsored event, or Sony is participating and hosting this event, and perhaps it kind of builds up public relations. Like you associate the PlayStation brand with gaming culture in general. So yeah, I could kind of see if you kind of subtract the profitability of it, like how the optics of the PlayStation brand may look better. So
Now, before we go on to, because we're gonna try to move to the next topic here. I'd like to give 45 minutes just to talk about it. Either Jeremy or Ken, the Dishonorable. What can you tell me about Steam, and how come Discord doesn't clash with Steam?
Ken, I've only bought like 2 games off Steam, so
Yeah, I don't. Most of my playtime is on console, man. To be honest with you.
Black, jump in.
He
I know.
probably working.
Wait, nah. Why Discord doesn't?
Because I
clash with Steam?
heard that Steam. Or do you have Steam loaded on your computer now, Ken?
Yeah, I do.
Can you see how the communities function? Like real quick, like how it looks.
bro, I could tell you that, man. It's like
It's very, very. I can answer that question.
yeah.
It's definitely not as integrated as like Discord. You know, like they do have obviously a community aspect, but to me it feels very like forum based. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go online and you see a forum and somebody's talking about something, you know, they might like leave a comment and say like, "Yo, this game was pretty dope," and you know somebody
So
might
it's like
reply to it.
it's like the PSN. Then. I mean, it's like the communities on PSN.
I mean, Steam is really
It's interactive,
Steam is
though.
just it's a market. It's just a shopping market.
No,
It's
I know
not
that, but they incorporated. Didn't they incorporate like a friends list and communities?
Yeah. It's all in there, you know, but it's definitely you could tell like it's not really meant for like it's like an afterthought. You know what I'm saying? It's not like when you get on whatever PlayStation and you get
so
to
what's the difference? Let me ask you that.
like I said, it's very like forum based, you know? Like you can add friends and stuff like that, but everybody kind of does their own thing.
Oh,
You
so
know,
it's not
so-
built into Steam. It's like it's almost takes you to like a web page almost.
Well, no, I mean like you can add friends on Steam, you know what I'm saying? And you can see who's online and stuff like that. But like I said, it's not like PlayStation or even Xbox or whatever, you know, like where you see somebody's online, you hit the button, it's like, yo, send a chat invite, you know, and then it's like, yo, you know, whoever, like some of your friends see that you're online and they jump in and, you know, you invite somebody else and, you know, then you have like a 8-party strong, you know what I'm saying? It's not really like that.
So I'm
Uh,
asking you. I don't know what it's like. You're saying it's not like that, but I don't know what is it like.
it's like it's kind of like how Microsoft integrated Discord into
I don't have an
yeah,
Xbox.
I know, but let, earlier when I brought that article up, you know, all that Discord does is, at least on Xbox, is you're able to see your friends and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it's not really that interactive when it comes
I
to
say
like,
this
community.
because I heard this for years. When Sony incorporated communities, people were already saying that Steam did it too. They're copying Steam. So I took it for granted that it was just like the communities on the PS4. That's what I thought it was like.
Nah, man,
And
it's actually
it's
difficult
it's
to
not
add
even
people onto
it's not even that level.
dude, like if even if you want to add somebody on your friends list, like you have to freaking send them like a freaking invite link, and you know what I'm saying? It's definitely not nearly as streamlined. It's there, where you can say that you have your friend online and stuff like that, but you know, it's really not, like I said, it's not a streamlined thing. Obviously the
Magnificent
community
Black,
aspect
yo.
is not really like, yeah,
Okay.
it's not really like the main focal point of Steam. You know what I'm saying? Or Discord. Like Discord is very, very community based. You know what I'm saying? Like you can create a server, and in the server you could do a fuck ton of shit, even though that thing is like ridiculously complicated for no reason. Um, you know, Stuff like that. Like you could tell, like the community aspect of it is very, very like fleshed out and integrated.
I
Um,
mean,
with the
I still think that Discord is trash still when it comes to the community. It's better than it's too many layers. It's kind of like fighting games where they added. I mean, if you're in the fighting community, then it will make more sense. But like, if you're not, you just jumping into it. It's like, what the fuck is all of this? You know what I mean? Like when like for instance, if I go into Discord, it's like you go out here and just the way that things are, then the fucking pound symbol, number system, hashtag, I guess is what you wouldn't call it. Is you can't move this here, there, or anywhere. Devil shooter. Anyway, I didn't know you snuck in here.
You
I
told me
seen
to
him sitting
join,
there
so I
quiet.
joined.
So
I'm playing Battlefield 5.
I hear your PlayStation in the background.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's loud as fuck. How do you like it?
Subnautica's that loud?
No, I told
Everything.
you I'm playing Battlefield 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, how do you know I've been playing Subnautica?
I'm on your
Yeah.
friends list and you play it every day. It's gotten me thinking I want to play it.
Oh, my bad, man. I got so many friends. I don't.
I asked you. I asked you
Oh.
how it was because I started it and I was like, man, I'm gonna come back and play this at some point.
Oh, you're that roast beef guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Very good.
So I got a
Very-
question for you,
Yeah, you
Devil.
should try it.
What's all this?
Fine.
What's all this
I-
talk about? What's all this gibber
Hold on,
jabber?
I need to get my cat off the PlayStation. I'll be right back.
Who said that?
yo,
Get off.
yo, Devil Shooter, you're one of MBG's moderators, right?
Okay, what up? Sorry.
Huh?
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Are you that devil shooter? Are you MBG's?
You're one of MBG's moderators, right?
I do the timestamps for him, and he just modded me one day. I didn't ask.
I think I threw up a little.
So you don't
Yeah, it's
like
pretty cool.
You
I was,
MBG? What's wrong with MBG?
He's annoying. That's why.
Okay, well, you don't have to walk him.
You don't like nobody.
Shut up. Yes, I do.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I like myself.
So
Ass motherfucker.
No, it's not even that, man. Like, I'm a hater. Let's put it that way. I'll be honest.
We know.
yeah,
Kiss my ass. How
We're
about that?
aware.
yeah.
So my whole thing is this: the type of content that he does to me doesn't warrant his following. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, little jelly there, are we?
I
Look,
admit, I've noticed that a lot of his content, a lot of his followers are like equivalent of like cult dealer followers just for PlayStation. I will say that.
See
Something
the thing is if he brought something
That's
to
something
the,
I've-
if he brought something to the table, to me personally, I liked. He said, "Aha!" I like personally, right, when he was trying out different things as a new PlayStation owner. You know what I'm saying? I like that content to see what it was like to go from Xbox to PlayStation. But then he transformed over into like this person that tried to just do news, and I'm like, well, it's a dime a dozen when it comes to news. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
if you watch his channel for a long time, I've been following him for a while. His channel was always about news. It was just shifted from Xbox to PlayStation. That's the biggest difference between
But
his
that's my
channel.
point. I'm not saying that he's not doing news. I'm saying that news is a dime a dozen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Not only that, to me, the content, it's like everyone does the same news. It's like when something comes out, PlayStation partners with Discord. Hey guys, it's MBG here. I just wanted to give you this news. The first person to give you this news right now. I know I have like 65,000 subscribers, and I really care about you guys. So I wanted to deliver the news the first way. It turns out, apparently, I'm like, man, shut up. So, but when he was more candid,
I actually like it.
I don't mind NBG at all. I listen to them sometimes.
When
Yeah,
he was
watching it.
candid about showing how it transformed from PlayStation or from Xbox to PlayStation, and it wasn't like he didn't have to be a fanboy. He could have just been like, "This is my opinion. I do like Xbox for this," and he started off like that. But then he just went full.
Oh yeah,
he went full
he
blown.
still likes Xbox. The only thing he doesn't like about Xbox is that
There's no
Xbox
games.
isn't delivering the games he wants.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as a game comes out for Xbox he wants, he's back on it. Like he said that multiple times in it.
Yeah,
Hey,
but,
when they come out with one, I'll turn my Xbox on. That's not the problem.
Oh,
but that's not the case because
No, he
the
says
reason
if
why.
Kojima. He said if Kojima. Yeah, sorry,
No, go on.
my bad. I was just gonna say he said like if that Kojima rumor is true for Xbox, he's buying an Xbox. Like it doesn't even matter what he's making. If a Kojima game is on Xbox, he's getting it. Like
He's a liar.
that's the type of guy.
He's a liar, and I'll tell you why he's a liar.
No.
He got
Okay,
his
well,
he
why
got
is
his
it?
fandom, a lot of his fandom from the Switch. But I digress. So he won't.
I mean, how does that mean he's a liar though?
It means
what does that have to do?
it means that if Kojima makes a game on Xbox, he will not get it. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, he will. I promise you, he will.
What he'll do? He'll do this.
I'm gonna play it on Xbox.
Damn it! Fucking hell!
Okay.
God. When I see it, I believe what he's gonna do is he's gonna change over. He's gonna be like, oh well, I don't know what Microsoft did. Microsoft did this. You know what I'm saying? And I think they messed up his vision. So I was gonna get it, but I'm not gonna get it anymore. That's what I think he's gonna pull that shit.
He'll still get it, but if he
might.
feels that way, he'll tell you.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say, man. I mean, because there's still the possibility that maybe he just won't like the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very possible scenario. And if he doesn't want to buy it, he won't buy it. I mean, shit.
Either way,
I don't think that's
he'll buy
happening no
it, but
more,
he'll-
anyways.
He'll buy it, but he'll be honest with you. He'll tell you if he doesn't like it. There again, he liked Death Stranding, and a lot of people didn't like Death Stranding. So
well, you know what it is? It's because it's the here. I won't do it. So here's what we're going to talk about, like to wrap up this, right? Epic apparently paid $200 million to put their games on Epic Game Store or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
They wanted to put PlayStation games.
Yeah. Hellscream, your thoughts?
Ho hum. I don't even know the guy you're talking about. So
Epic Games wants to.
No, it was.
Oh, are you
It was-
talking? Are you talking about the fucking legal shit going on between them and Apple?
Legal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Honestly, I don't give a shit. I haven't read much into that story, and it's fucking ho hum to me, honestly. So
200. I mean, it's stuff that we already know how the gaming industry works. So it's like, yeah, it's part of course. But since you don't care about it, Devil Shooter, since you have such an attachment to PlayStation being on a platform of a console, a platform.
I don't have an attachment. If they go to PC, I'll go to PC. Like, I don't know. How's that attachment?
seems kind
I'll,
of
I'll try to go on PC.
it seems kind of salty
I'll
there.
work my
That's
way.
all I'm saying. How do you feel about the
Oh,
$200 million
whatever.
deal?
I think it's very smart on Epic's behalf. I mean, if they can get God of War and Spider-Man only on Epic and not on Steam, that's a huge win for them.
By the way,
Absolutely.
I mean, but by the way, I will say this: they apparently Umar said that they did not accept it because it's probably
No, they
not
didn't.
enough. It's not enough money.
No,
I
bro,
can't
why
hear
the
you.
fuck would they?
You keep going diddly.
I don't know
Say
whether-
it again.
Dude, why the hell would they accept it, man? It's like $200 million. Just one of their games made that, like over. You know what I'm saying? And they want four, 6. That's, to me, that's definitely not enough money. You know, it would be
Think-
stupid, I think, for them.
Think
to
about
accept
how
it.
many
That's-
people buy, say, God of War or Spider-Man 2. You buy a console because of that game gets you there,
Because the
and
game,
you get 30% of a cut out of everything that's sold on that motherfucker.
and the game is old, so it's like it stopped selling on the PlayStation anyway. So it's like you weren't going to get anything anyway. So take this 200 million, and whatever residual money you want to get from it. So I mean,
Look, I don't think it's money for what their IP is worth, man. You know, and if Umar is right about Sony not accepting it, I can see why. You know what I'm saying? Because their games are just worth more than that. You know what I'm saying? Even in just like the perception alone, you know.
Jemiah, I don't know what that emoji is doing. Is he putting his middle
He's
finger
giving
up,
you the finger.
or is he snapping his finger like a bitch?
I think
think
he's
it-
giving you the finger.
I thought he was doing like that whole like in Living Color 2 snaps and a twist.
Yeah, but I mean, people are like, if they're like, oh, if I only have to wait 2 years to play the next Spider-Man, like I'll just wait to play it on PC. So they don't get all
wanna
those sales from
I
all those
wanna
games you
know
would've got
who
on your
these-
PlayStation.
I want to know who these alleged people that are waiting forever, waiting to excel and shit. That's what I want to figure out.
I'll say
Devil's
this.
right here.
I'll say this. I
I'll-
think that
I'll be
Sony
one of them.
Sony may want to avoid kind of directly dealing with Epic Games out in the open, because Epic Games, like, since they put their store out, it's been nothing but fucking problem after problem, and it's only made Epic Games look worse and worse.
Yeah, they spent $1 billion, by the way. on their
They
exclusive
like
games.
if you look at all their timed exclusivity deals and how that's made Epic Games look, as well as whatever games that they had an exclusivity deal with, it's always been a fucking headache that
I'll be right back.
that no one in the gaming community has enjoyed. So I'm thinking optically, like, Sony probably wants to be really careful with how they deal with Epic, simply because of just optics, right? Like, money's a big part of it, but it's like, do you really want to be associated with the bad reputation that Epic Games has developed in the past, couple of years? Epic Games used to make quality games, and then they came out with Fortnite, and then that prints money. So now they're like, hey, let's be like Steam and be a market, and because of that, they are trying to brute force their way into the gaming market on PC, and it's been disastrous from a PR perspective. Like, I'm trying to think of the guy. What's his
what
name?
Umar said.
Tim Sweeney, the guy who the CEO of Epic Games. Like, that guy's come out to just be a proper ass. Now that they've have kind of brute forced Epic Games into like a gaming market or whatever.
Well, I will say this before we move on to the next subject. Devil Shooter. All this talk about games going on PC, right? Regardless of what you do, the stance is still there. You strongly believe that the games are coming out for PC, and that's fine.
Due time, yes.
But since the
Not
game,
like,
but
due
since the
time.
games don't sell well on PC, why do you feel so strongly that they're just gonna, just uproot and go straight to PC altogether?
For the money, of course.
They don't make that much money.
I mean, you're given that statistic from one game.
No,
sold
there was
like
two.
600,000.
There was multiple games, not just those.
Oh, really? It's been more than Horizon.
There's Horizon,
Yeah.
and there's the what is it? Isn't the Concrete Genie and shit
I know
like that on there?
I know Flower was on PC.
Detroit,
Detroit Become
Until
Human,
Dawn.
Until Dawn,
Oh yeah.
There's
You're
more.
right.
Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls.
None of that shit sold.
Yeah, but
But
I never
what?
really considered that like Sony games though.
It is
I always
Sony
considered
games.
it
They're
Where else-
like
exclusive.
Where else
second
is it?
They're published.
like second party games that could make their way on PC
But there
eventually.
are
That's how I've always seen
there are
those games.
no other place to find any of those games other than PlayStation platforms. They are, in essence, exclusive.
Yeah, they're exclusive, but they're not first party
It
Sony.
doesn't. What,
No
di-
string is
what
What does it matter?
difference-
They're
what does it
fantastic
matter?
games.
What does it matter if?
Oh
it's-
yeah, I'm not denying.
But here's the
they're
thing, no,
fantastic.
because you continue with this narrative that you have here, or the belief, I should say, to be honest, you continue with this belief that Sony is just going to uproot things. I just wanted you to understand, if those games are high quality games, they're not like double A games. They're just as good as being a first party game, and Sony has funded them.
I didn't.
No, I understand that,
I wasn't talking about quality. I was just talking
but
about.
you're saying, okay,
People don't buy it
sorry.
for the name on the box. I guess is what I think. What is he getting at?
But if we're talking about semantics, the thing about it is, right, is that people automatically associate it as being as Sony's game, which it is. No one's checking to see if Sony owns the studio. For all intents and purposes, it is Sony stuff, which they pay for.
Okay, well, when you put it like that, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
who they didn't sell? That's my point. And yes, Magnificent Black. They're not Sony. They're not PlayStation Studio games. That's fine, but they only worked for PlayStation for a while.
Quantic Dreams, yeah.
Quantic Dreams.
I've been saying this for a while. I think
Or
Sony was on it-
Supermassive was only making games for PlayStation 2 until they made. Man of Medine has gone regressed so much in quality since they stopped partnership with Sony.
I have.
Look at Man of Medine versus and then put on Until Dawn and try not to laugh at it. And keep in mind that Until Dawn was made in 2015 and Man of Medine's being made right now. They're not in comparison. Story writing or graphics, well, it's made on Gorilla's engine, but it's laughable. The quality.
Well, that's what happens when you don't have Sony's funding, I guess.
That's
Or
Sony's
Or their engine or their writers. The writers
yeah.
wrote that game for them.
Well, I think part of it is having some kind of quality oversight. You know, I think when you look at like, because he's over Europe now, but you know, Herman Hulst, who you know, used to help run Guerrilla Games, you know, before he got promoted. I remember seeing videos, you know, way back in the day when they were first making like Killzone 2 and him kind of talking about their technology and stuff. And I think someone like that, like, since he's been in the trenches, like, he could probably walk into a you know, a studio and see what they're working on, and you know, be able to properly assess like what needs working on, at least in terms of like, you know, technology and AI and stuff like that. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, in that case, if you're partnered with Sony, or you're kind of under, you know, involved with their funding or support or whatever, and then you depart from that, like, you're free of their kind of influence and control, however much that they're imposing on you. But at the same time, like, you may have upper management that may be kind of slacking, and they, you know, they have no one to adhere or answer to. So it's like they can kind of let things slide, or let the quality of certain parts of the game development kind of go under. So it's a double-edged sword in that regard.
That's all I'm stating, because you under the impression that Sony's there's a lot of examples as to why, and then that's Sony's IPs as well. Regardless of who's making it, it's owned by Sony. So like, if it doesn't sell,
Yeah, I know that.
but
Yeah, I know
if it
there's
doesn't
Sony's
sell,
there.
it doesn't sell. You know?
I think I think Sony are just trying to ease people into the idea of it.
But they already put the
then
games.
I think
they
they're
already
gonna-
put the games
I
out
think
there.
they're gonna-
There is no easing into it. They already put the games out there, and they don't see gangbuster games. All they're doing is recouping the loss once the game plateaus
Okay,
and
what
sells.
do you think will happen when eventually Sony goes day and date? Do you think you think these sales will still be
That's his
coming
favorite
down
word
on
right
PC?
there.
I know. But let's say it
Day and
happens.
date.
Do you
Day
still
and date.
do you still think the sales on PC specifically will be down, or do you think they'll be up?
They will be slightly up. You got to understand, like Call of Duty is already a day and date situation. A lot of games are day and date. It sells a lot more by like 2 times on consoles. It is what it is. But that's Call of Duty. When you have a obscure game or a story-based game and it still doesn't sell, it wouldn't be a point. And it undermines the console. I don't think the quality went down from Until Dawn.
That's what I'm saying.
Your hot takes, Jemiah, need some work. So anyway, we're going to go on to the last
What?
topic.
He said, "Yo,
Has he seen Man of Medine? Oh my
Don't
God.
feed this troll, because
Okay.
Jemiah be saying some wild out there shit.
He ain't played Man of Medine.
But you know, Jemiah, you can walk right up in this bitch if you have so much to say about it.
6 years newer.
That being said,
Garbage.
We are going to move on to our next topic, which is Sony's upcoming games. What are we excited for? Now,
Well, if I had a PS5, I would say Ratchet and Clank, but I don't have.
Oh, so this
Sony,
is what
get those redesigns
So
ready.
this is what this
I
is all
want a
about.
PS5.
No. Devil Shooter. Not la. Go get that on. Go get your PC and wait. Don't worry about the PS5. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
you could make a good candidate for Xbox. Just keep waiting. Just keep waiting.
No, don't worry about it. If I had a PS, if I had a
wait.
PS5, don't worry. You listen. Day and date.
Yeah.
Day and date.
It will eventually get there, but not right now.
Okay,
Until
so
then,
then
I
you
wanna
sit
get a
your
PS5
happy
for
ass
Ratchet and
down
Clank.
and you wait. That's all we gotta do. We're gonna do the waiting game. You said it. I didn't say it.
No.
You're so
The
confident,
moment
Devil
Sony
Shooter.
goes
You-
all day and day, I'll wait. But until then, I want to play the games. I don't know what's so hard about that to understand.
No, it's not hard to understand.
I did hear that, Umar, but I'm
Oh,
talking about the
so
stuff
why-
they've been working on
You
beforehand.
are
when they weren't
so
partnering with them.
confident. You
They
are
coming back.
so confident that is going to happen. Without
Yes, I
all
am
the
confident it'll
pieces there, since you're so confident, just go ahead and wait. You don't gotta worry about the PS5. You don't gotta worry about it at all. You want to get the best graphics, widescreen, frame
No, I don't
rates.
care about graphics. I want frame rates. I just want 60 frames
child,
a minute.
child, nigga, please. Go ahead and wait. Anyway, what we're gonna talk about is Sony's upcoming titles. Now, I'll go first because personally, you already know what it is. I am deadly
Yo,
serious.
Josh,
Huh?
I can't wait to play all of those games on PC, man.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I'm waiting for Horizon. Who is Supermassive? Who is that? I forgot who they are.
Until Dawn, bro.
They made Until Dawn, and yeah,
Okay.
they were working with Sony. They
Yes.
made Until Dawn and stuff, and then they made what's that other one? Hidden Agenda and some VR game or whatever, and then they made Man of Medine, which is not good. They made a VR game
you said
too.
Me-
I
you
don't
said
remember what it was
Medina?
called.
It was like Rush
Man of Medine.
or something like that. Yeah, I think it
forget
was
what it's
Until
called.
Dawn.
And then I heard Supermassive is going to be working with Sony again. Because I don't think they've been selling so good.
They put that game in Game Pass.
I know.
It's doors, yeah.
I paid for episode 1, and that was the last game I ever bought on Xbox.
Bro, I saw it on Game Pass and had absolutely no interest in playing it whatsoever.
It's not good.
That's the funny
The story's
thing.
really-
That's the funny thing. In order for Game Pass to work, you are going to need a big game that people are going to be attracted to. Because these little games are not going to draw people into Game Pass. So if you don't have a big game, well, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, I am excited for
Impatient. I have hidden
Horizon.
agenda.
I am excited for Horizon Forbidden West for sure. That is my shit. That is what
What
I'm waiting
Umar
for.
said. Yeah, I don't have VR, but I have hidden agenda though.
What?
I don't have impatient. That was a VR game.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. So that's what I'm excited for. I'm also excited for what do you call it? I'm excited for Ratchet and Clank. I want to see what that's all about. I kind of wish that they would take the formula and kind of make it more grandiose than what it is. I'm not really liking the. I mean, I'm not. It's going to be the best Ratchet and Clank ever. I know that much. But I kind of want them to evolve from that same formula because that's getting a little tired too. I get why they're doing what they're doing. They're making a lot of shit and they're focusing on quality, on existing formulas. So I get it, but Horizon is what I'm kind of looking for. What you say? What did you say?
I said I enjoyed Hidden Agenda. It's short game, but you can play through it different times. You can play with it, download the app with friends. I've played with friends over at my place before.
Is that an upcoming game?
No, it's
Shut your ass up!
Massive game.
God damn it! I'm sorry. I apologize. Hellscream, what are you waiting for?
Nothing, man. Nothing. I got everything I want right here. So now, I mean, really, the only thing I can really think of is, I mean, you have Horizon Forbidden West, you have God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7. You have the Ratchet and Clank game that comes out in June. Trying to think of what else. Nothing else really comes to mind, unless there's something I'm forgetting. I know that the Final Fantasy VII, what do they call it, the Integrate, that comes out in June as well, and then Final Fantasy 14, that'll be an exclusive. It'll be on PC as well, but I am kind of curious about seeing a Final Fantasy game being exclusive on PlayStation again, because it's been so long since that's been a thing. Because in my opinion, the most enjoyable Final Fantasy games were the exclusive titles on the PlayStation. You think of 7, you think of 8, you think of 9. 9 was decent, but I didn't get into it too much. 10, I didn't play 11 because of the MMO. 12 was great. You even I played the beta a little bit, but the Final Fantasy 14, the MMO, and then so I guess 15 came out. I didn't play that one, but I guess it'd be 16, right? So God, there's so fucking many of them. I think I said Final Fantasy 14. I meant to say 16 is like the exclusive here. Yeah,
I see.
yeah, Final Fantasy 16. That's what I meant to say. Kind of curious how that'll turn out. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I mean, there are things to be excited for, but at the same time, like with just the difficulty of getting a PlayStation 5 still, and the processor shortage, the backlog that those manufacturers have, and games are getting so big now to where they're kind of like too big to fail. I would hope that in the near future that maybe Sony would consider putting out games along the line of like a AA or a single A quality, like having something like Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. That was I think $30.
You mean like Returnal?
Yeah, well, yeah, Returnal obviously.
Because
so,
are other games that you would never play anyway?
What's that?
Or other games that you would never play anyway?
Oh, like Astro's Playroom?
Mm-hmm.
No, like
knock it till you tried it.
I would hope that that becomes more, I guess, prevalent in terms of having a solid game that's around $15, $20 or $30. Like I said, like a single A or double A game. Like a quality game and experience. It can only be
prevalent if you buy the game or play it or try it.
You're like cutting up, man. You're gonna have to repeat that. So
I said it's only prevalent that if only people play it or try it.
Play or try what? One game?
No,
So-
not one game. No, just the AA games that you claim.
Just the
that
one,
you were-
just the one game, Returnal, right? So nothing else. So
No,
anyway,
actual playroom. Mm-hmm.
but that's like a fucking free to play game. Like yeah, it comes with the PlayStation. That doesn't
It's not a
count.
free to play game. That's where you have. That's where you get critical error.
Free, yeah, free to play. That's what it is. So, but anyways,
Somebody
I
tell this
hope that
nigga.
in the future that you'll have more of that stuff kind of in between. Because while I do want to play God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Forbidden West, stuff like that. I hope that there are things kind of in between that Sony will put out.
What about Kenna?
Within the generation of the console.
Nigga, we got like
No.
4 other people in this bitch.
It's Kana Nelson.
Kana, sorry.
Devil.
Trying to offend anybody.
Hey, Justin.
What?
Hey, Justin. Justin. Can you hear me, Justin? Justin. Nigga, I know your name is Justin, Devil Shooter. I heard it.
Oh, my name isn't Justin.
I heard her say, Justin, get your ass downstairs. And you said, I gotta go. Why you quiet?
He's like, this bitch.
You're close. You're off a letter, I think. Oh. Yeah.
This nigga.
My name is Austin.
Oh, Austin.
My
Okay.
name's Austin.
Yeah, that does sound like a southern name.
Hello?
Austin.
Yeah.
He said-
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Motherfucker got quiet. He was like, how the fuck? This nigga's a CIA. The fuck? No, anyway. Double shit.
I'm in red bars. Can you guys hear me? Okay. What
Yeah.
up? Yeah, because you're straight Justin. I was like, who the fuck is Justin?
What are you looking forward to?
Hello? Since I don't have a PS5, I'm looking forward to SMT3 Nocturne coming out.
Which one? Which game?
Also, Breath of the Wild 2, whenever that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
SMT5.
I think he's cutting out there, but
You
I'll.
guys hear me?
No,
Yo.
we heard a little bit.
Yo,
of it.
Josh, I told you about
You
that
guys hear
southern
me?
internet, bro. That stuff is trash.
No, that's
Country internet.
that nigga's fucking knee deep in the swamp or some shit. I don't know.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you. You said that you were actually looking forward to waiting. That's what I heard.
Oh, I'm looking forward to SMT5, Breath of the Wild 2, SMT5, SMT3 Nocturne Remastered, and
I'm sorry, you say Nocturne
that's all I can
Emission?
think of right now.
What was that?
Yeah, Nocturne Remastered. It's a
Oh, I thought you
It's an
said.
SMT
I
game.
thought you said Nocturnal Emission. I was okay. That's cool. What about you, Jeremy?
I'm gonna continue to. I'm gonna play Resident Evil again. I'm gonna be playing Returnal. I'm gonna be playing a lot of Mass Effect when that comes out. That's my favorite trilogy. And then
It's because of
Kena,
Is it because of Miranda?
It's Kana.
Kena,
Kana.
Kena, whatever the hell K lady is. Ratchet and Clank, and then Horizon Zero Dawn 2, and then that's probably all I need for
Forbidden
this year.
West, nigga.
Yeah, Forbidden. Oh my god.
Hey, what about that hype for Dying Light 2, right? So.
Oh
ain't-
man,
Ah,
there was a new.
they
Actually,
ain't
there
said
was a new
nothing.
video. There was a new video. That they put out for Dying Light 2, and I'll have to talk to you about that later. On how you
Fucking
feel
this
about that?
fucking dead on arrival fucking light. So.
Dead on
Yeah,
arrival.
toast.
Canino. What about you?
It's a shame.
I'm a freaking PlayStation fanboy, dude.
Aren't you waiting for stuff to come out?
No,
Aren't you-
third party just not coming out with shit this year.
Aren't you waiting for Pokemon? The new Pokemon? Since you
Oh
like,
yeah, man. I love that Pokemon, man.
basically a reskinned a reskinned Zelda Breath of the Wild with fucking
know,
animal ass
bro.
niggas.
Stop talking trash about Zelda, dude. I'm gonna come find you, man. Messing around.
What are you gonna do? You gonna throw your Switch at me?
Yeah, that's right.
You gonna throw that Switch at my head so hard, my eye gonna have controller drift.
Oh man.
Honestly, man, I haven't played a Pokemon game in a long time, dude. I kind of lost interest in them after a while. It's pretty much the same stuff, man.
I mean,
But-
if it was 3D, like what they're proposing for that Pokemon game, I mean, it's better late than never. But it's the Pokemon. Niggas drew a trash bag and said that was a Pokemon and some scissors and keys, car keys,
Bro, I know. Trust me.
keys. for
Trust me, dude.
Pokemon.
I know. The new ones are absolute trash, man. I don't like them at
Out
all.
of all the insects, bacterium, and viruses, you couldn't even get any kind of inspiration in terms of what type of animal or organism you wanted. You decided to pick up your car keys and say, that shit looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah,
like, fucking
it's
ridiculous.
trash, man.
Biomutant is about to be fire. Isn't it out?
No, not yet. Yo, Biomutant's gonna be awesome, man. I think that game's gonna be great.
I'm trying to.
Um,
I have to look at it because they check the boxes that tickle my fancy. You know what I mean? It made my lima bean moist.
There's a lot going on in that game, man. A lot. I can't wait to play it. I'm actually gonna pick that one up. But in terms of what I'm waiting for, oh man,
Oh, Umar, don't forget. We know. We want to get to it.
bro,
We got like 12 minutes, by the way.
I don't know, man. I almost feel like the question is, what am I not waiting for? To be honest.
Okay, so what are you not waiting for?
I'd rather say what I am waiting for, to be honest with you.
This bitch.
But, dude, obviously, you know, most of the games that Sony's coming out with, man, I can't wait to play them, man. Obviously, Ratchet and Clank, that one's coming up, looks incredible. Not Ratchet and Clank, but Horizon Forbidden West looks amazing, at least from the trailer. I can't wait to actually do some more gameplay for it. God of War and Horizon are probably my two most anticipated ones. I would probably say a little bit more God of War than Horizon, in my personal opinion.
Probably because of that. The story seems to be lit. I hope they don't fuck that shit up. And Hellscream, all the stuff that you were kind of thinking about with the God of War, I'll circle back with you on that.
Mm.
Oh man, I just love the way that game is so demented in a good way, dude. I just love it, man.
What is?
God of War, man.
Boy.
You can freaking hear, dude. You can freaking hear when he does his finishes and stuff like that. The way it sounds.
It sounds like they just smashed melons all day to make the sound effects.
Oh man, it's amazing too. Like you could hear the blood splattering and the freaking skull cracking and stuff. It's crazy. I love it. But
Jemiah is such a fan, bitch.
But yeah, man. And see, he said for Horizon Forbidden West better than God of War. Nah, I don't know about that one, man.
I mean, gameplay wise, it would be. Story wise, I love my robot stories. I'm gonna lie to you.
We'll have to wait and see, man.
I gotta know about Silence. I have to know about this dude, yo. That dude. Oh, Silence.
Bro, there's a whole list of games coming out, man. I mean, and Umar listed a lot of them, actually.
He listed the ones that we were talking about. Let's talk about Abandon.
Abandon, I didn't really get much out of that.
Now,
Project Awakening.
Abandon, right? Hellscreen stated, I hope that Sony would try for AA games. Which that is.
There you go.
Also, at Haven Studios, that's going to be a AA game. They've invested $180 million for AA games as well as other little helping projects. So they got it. It's a question on if you're going to actually play it and not have some ridiculous excuse as to why you wouldn't play it.
There was define excuse. is an excuse simply playing other games that are better? Maybe.
Other
Do you
games
find
that
that
are
as an excuse?
larger, the ones that you were like, oh, it's too many large games. I'm so tired of it and burnt out. Sony,
I never
please
said that.
make these AA games that I'll never play because they just don't hold my interest. Just for
Talking
my
to the wrong
own
guy.
security.
I don't know what kind of gay fantasy you dream up, but I think you got me mixed up with somebody else. So
Oh shit. Oh man.
Horizon Zero Dawn was a great game though.
Let me
Yeah,
ask
it
you
was.
though.
I
Let me
loved it.
let me ask you guys this, right? So that's the next. I'm gonna decide on either. Oh man, so many. Okay, so Abandon looks really good. I'm really digging. I want to know what it is. I mean, graphically, it's definitely interesting. Um, Kanan, what is it? Kenan,
Kana.
Okay.
Kana, fucking.
What he said.
Man, these fucking pretentious black bitches that made this damn game. It's not Kenna, it's Kana. Go carry your ass back. All right. All right. So,
Hey, what's up?
yo, J Tech,
Magnificent.
yo, what's good?
What's goody, J-Tech?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Jemiah. I'm getting my plane ticket to go exactly where you are, yo. I'm getting my shoe prepared to kick you in your fucking throat for making that remark.
Dude, this Jemiah just said I bought it on Sony, so on PC, so Sony knows what's up. I never played 1 minute on PC, bro. What the- Dude, oh my god, that's funny, man.
I'm looking for. I'm curious to see what it is. I'm curious to see. I'm not that interested in what Haven Studios may potentially have to offer. I'm not really interested in that because of the Assassin's Creed game. I wasn't. I mean, maybe Terry, maybe Terry knows about it because I know the Assassin's Creed games are kind of similar to The Witcher. You always do
Bro, let me make a
what?
comment
What? What?
on that really quick, man. I did not. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I did not really like the Assassin's Creed games that much. I'm gonna put that up front. I'm not a fan of them that much. I thought the original storyline that they had with Altair and Ezio and all of those characters, I thought that's and what's his name, Desmond. I thought that whole storyline was incredible. The story was awesome. I just didn't like the game personally. However, if Jade Raymond is able to make a game something like what they did with Shadow of Mordor, I have no issues. I loved Shadow of Mordor, man. In my opinion, Shadow of Mordor was the better Assassin's Creed, like miles better.
That's what I'm saying. I
That's
think
not
I
saying
think,
much these days.
But I'm no. I get what he's saying. I think it's shackled to the story that they presented. Personally, with Jade Raymond, I'll be more interested if she made OnlyFans than the game itself.
Bruh. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would subscribe. I'm not even gonna lie
I'll
to you,
subscribe. So Jade Raymond, if you're listening, I mean, no misogyny. I just feel like your talents is best put. Well, you can have two more. You can have more than one talent. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, if they're able to make something that kind of has a similar gameplay flow like what they did with Shadow of Mordor, I have no problems with that, man. If they do something like another reskin of Assassin's Creed, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably not gonna be that interested in it.
I'm done with Ubisoft. So.
See, the thing is, I did not want Ubisoft, whoever it may be, right? I was kind of on board what they were doing. You know what I mean? They have a lot of different people making these games, and they churn them out really quick. and they turn them out with relatively good quality, right? My problem is that the quality just took a fucking dive right off the cliff. I bought the what do you call it? The Watch Dogs Legions out of faith due to Watch Dogs 2. I was like, how bad could it be? Maybe it may not have a strong storyline. That's fine. That's good. That's dandy. But at least the gameplay would be intact. And what do we have? You may need to mute your mic, Devil. You got a lot
Oh,
of.
sorry.
You got a
Sorry.
lot of.
Yeah, I'll mute it. Sorry about that.
I don't know, boring animals in the background. Sorry about that.
He's got
Boring.
that furry stuff going on. Rivet.
In the back. Rivet. She's gonna do that wank.
Yeah.
I did turn into a furry for a second when she did that wank. Anyway, so Watch Dogs Legion was, bro, like it was horrible as a game. Horrible. I mean, I've never played such an uninspired game, and it took me a while to. The control mechanics are horrible. The combat is horrible. It's not like it's broken. It's just not good. It's not involving. It's just not good. It doesn't make sense in the grand scheme of things. Just terrible. It was just not a good game. Not a good game. And then you have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm hearing the same things too. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with Ubisoft. But like I said,
It's the same as the last 3 games are all basically one game in different places. It's a formula. There's no love put into it, you know. I liked Odyssey.
you
I
can't
beat it, but
quantify
the other
love
2 are just
digitally, man.
they're the same game basically though.
But
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
was the-
I
what was
take
the
that
last-
back. I take that back. You
Yeah.
can quantify love digitally.
What was the last game that Jade Raymond worked on anyway? I'm not sure.
Wasn't it something on Stadia?
No, I mean before that. Before she went to Stadia. What was the last Assassin's Creed game that she worked on?
Let me take a look here. Let me try to figure out. Yeah, Hellscream. I think that the Assassin's Creed games are a lot like The Witcher.
No.
Did you play the
No.
Assassin's Creed game?
Yeah, I played the Ezio trilogy, and I played Assassin's Creed 1, played Assassin's Creed 2. What you had Brotherhood, and then Unity. Yeah, I know I did the whole Ezio trilogy, but after that I was kind of burnt out with that formula.
Did
Because
you?
I mean they
play
were at
the
a
new
point where
ones?
they were putting an Assassin's Creed out every year. It wasn't until
That's why.
I know
Origins.
like yeah, I'm not sure if it was Origins or maybe there was one before, but I noticed like definitely with Assassin's Creed like Odyssey, they put a lot of like RPG elements in there in terms of gear.
That's the
and
only
loot
one I've
system
liked
and
since
leveling shit
Black
up.
Flag.
And also they started to take a more like mythological and fantasy approach.
Fantasy.
Where you used to it was kind of grounded in terms of like they had this kind of ancient civilization spin to things. And then all of a sudden like they had Valhalla, and then you go to Jotunheim and you see the giants, and so you have all this supernatural shit that just seems I mean it's the Assassin's Creed name, but I think the Assassin's Creed probably started with Odyssey. I'm not too sure what was in Origins because I haven't checked that out, but
Origins was a lot like it, and then Odyssey, and then Valhalla. They're the same formula. Like they changed the formula to have more RPG elements, but they're
Yeah.
all basically the same game in different places. I just really like Roman history. I read a lot about Roman history, so I liked Odyssey, but I didn't like Origins. And I'm 111 hours into Odyssey, and I'm basically just grinding for loot because I paid $100 for the game, and they want me to pay more to not grind.
right. Well, I think with
So I
Assassin's
deleted it.
Creed, they started to add on more and more things to just try and change things up because, after so many, I can't even remember. You had Black Flag and you had Syndicate, and it's like
I
after
had
so
Rogue
many,
and Unity at the same time.
yeah,
It launched those at the same time. That's when I stopped.
after so many Assassin's Creed games, like I imagine the formula was kind of it was kind of drying out, so to speak. So they had to add some new features or whatever. So I mean, whether or not it's
But now,
quality or it feels tacked on, I haven't played them, but I definitely wouldn't put the Assassin's Creed game in the category of the Witcher series. No.
Look,
So,
man.
not
No.
hardly.
Look, the old Assassin's
It's like
Creed.
saying Gran Turismo and Need for Speed are the same type of game. So not hardly.
Look, man. For the old Assassin's Creed games, I always give them credit because what they did with the story and what they were trying to do at the time frame, or at that time frame, was different. It was unique. You know what I'm saying? And I can appreciate that. As it, like as the franchise progressed forward, it got to a point where I think it was around Unity, I believe. Where this franchise.
Unity and Rogue came out at the same time. One was PS3, or Rogue was PS3 because I got on the same day, and the other one was PS4. Unity.
Dude, the whole
But it
freaking
was
franchise
more.
took like a nosedive, dude. And then I forgot when it was where they announced that they were going to be trying to they were going to try to like revamp the franchise because they had made the game like an annual franchise, and it was just
Yeah,
was, like,
that year
working
they came out with two the same year.
Oh, by the
On
way,
two
different
by the way,
platforms.
Jay Raymond, the last game she made was Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And
That wasn't a bad
That
game.
was in 2017. So
Yeah, that wasn't a bad game.
her thing is
mean,
her thing is The Sims, Assassin's Creed. She worked a little bit on Metal Gear Solid: Guns of the Patriots, Assassin's
Ooh, I
Creed
like
2, Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, Splinter Cell, Blacklist, Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry 4, The Mighty Quest of Epic Loot, and then Star Wars Battlefront. She don't have a strong.
Dude.
It's not strong to me, but give the bitch some money.
Not strong enough.
I mean, there's some talent there, man. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, man.
I mean,
I don't know.
maybe when the back end of somebody that can curate quality, maybe it'll be better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe so, man.
I will say this, right? Because to me, Returnal was a smash hit. Before we close out here, why are people complaining? I seen this on social media. They were like, "I can't play this game anymore until they create a save system." In Returnal,
Babies.
They didn't have a super. They didn't have a Nintendo.
but the guy says, "Man, I wish that I wish I could do because I want to play another game." And we said this in our last podcast. Celine is not a side bitch. She's not a side bitch. You got to commit to Celine. You have to commit to her, if you're going to play a game. I will say this. Make sure, if you are thinking that way, make sure Returnal is the last game you play. So you won't feel like you're missing out on other games.
I just love the way she walks, man.
She did when I'm in the second biome was real dusty. It did accent her cake a lot, so that's one thing I did notice. I said, huh.
Oh man, it makes it easier to go through the resets.
I see some people saying it because the game's crashing. No, Jemiah, these people straight up said that, yo, I want to save game because I want to play other games. I'm still seeing that. I don't know, man. Like, if the game ain't for you, it ain't for you. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Look, man, just like the Souls games, it's not going to be for everybody, And just like the Assassin's Creed games, I don't like them. I don't like the direction that they took. But I'm not going to complain about, well, I am going to complain about it.
If it was that type of game, if the game had a lot of quality behind it and not cookie cutter, then fine. But it's good.
They make it grindy for a reason. They want you to go in and buy that double XP and all that bullshit. I don't.
Bro,
want that.
I have such a bone to pick with that franchise that I don't even freaking like, man. I don't even know why. I just don't like what they do.
I paid $100 for Valhalla, but if I don't want to grind my ass off for loot to get better shit, they want me to pay for resources. Like, I paid you $100. The fuck more you want from me? You want my second born?
I think that's the point of them deliberately fucking you out of your money is to charge you extra.
Yeah, they
so
still
you
make
can-
it grind it. I paid $100 up day one, and they still want to suck my ass dry.
You say you want to suck
Yeah.
your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, more like me getting my. Yeah,
He was like, what?
Either way you say it, man, it doesn't sound right.
He was like, well, I mean, I wouldn't have too much of a problem with it if it wasn't like if they didn't do it right.
They're not sucking my ass. They're about to. What did you say? What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. I'm off of it.
He was like, damn, I wouldn't
I
mind
play
them
a lot of
sucking my.
RPGs, Jemiah. I don't have to go looking for resources. It's through combat and shit.
You were gonna say they were gonna suck my ass. either way you say it doesn't sound right.
I played Ys 8 and it's RPG. You know, you gain. You know, you get stronger as you play. You don't have to go looking for bullshit all the time though. Well, you do have to do a little bit in there, but not like this. I've got 111 hours into the game, like 8 hours or less is gameplay, and the other 103 is looking for bullshit.
Some things are going to be grindy though. Some things are going to be grindy, but
It's to make the game longer though.
That
It's
type of
taking a
grind
20-hour game
different.
and making a 200-hour game.
That type of grind is different. That's not mechanics.
Pay to progress. If you want this
like you
good stuff.
deliberately trying to pad your game or make somebody buy something. So that's a whole different.
That's what
thing.
it's made for.
But well, it looks like we kind of wrapped it up for this week. I actually want to do a part 2 to this for next week in terms of I want more time for the upcoming games and what we are looking forward to because I feel like there's a lot of things to kind of go over, and who knows, the way that Sony's been operating, I have a feeling, and mark my words, I have a feeling something crazy is going to happen tomorrow or the day after. Tomorrow.
Shit's gonna age like
Something's
milk,
going to
you know?
drop. It's just been too quiet. My spider senses is tingling. Something is going to happen.
My spider nuts are
Yo, I had this one dude that I used to go to school with. He used to say, "My spider nuts are tingling."
I feel like something.
Honestly, I have 204 at 99%.
I feel like
on
something is.
Xbox.
I do feel like something's going to happen, and I feel like it's going to be kind of in the favor of PlayStation. So, but if we're going to do it, talk about the subject about the upcoming games and our ones and what we have or we want. I definitely want to, explore that just a little bit more. I mean, like I said before, I didn't think because Returnal was one of those games that was like an up and coming new IP. And I remember seeing this shit, and I was just like, they're going to delay Horizon Forbidden West to next year. Shut up.
Delayed.
Delay.
When that is, man.
Day and date PC. What?
Day and day, that's what it's going to be.
Not yet. In the future, but not yet.
No, I ain't going to do it. So, I remember seeing Returnal for the first time. I'm like, that was the weakest link when they first showed PlayStation 5 last year. I was like, who gives a fuck about this game? It just looks so stupid. She wakes up every time. I'm like, that's so dumb, man. I distinctly remember, like, why Sony? For what? Like, why are you even? No one's gonna buy this game, and it looks stupid. And I was wrong, very wrong. So I'm a little more receptive now at this point. Will you say, Devil Shooter?
I was just gonna ask. I haven't seen much from Returnal, and I don't want to spoil myself. But there's that. Do you have to finish the game in one sitting? Is that what people are crying about? Is no save function or?
No, but you have to finish a biome at least.
No, I'm going. No, it is and it isn't. I'll talk to you about that.
Oh.
I'll talk to you about that.
That's
off the-
fair. That's fair.
There's a lot. more
I'll
to
talk
this
to you
than
about
that.
that off the air.
Okay.
But
All right.
listen, thank you guys for jumping in. This was kind of like a late start. I had such a poor experience poor experience. All I wanted to do was just order some food, eat the food, and then start the podcast at 7 o'clock. And I ordered my meal 45 minutes before I arrived at that location.
Oh my god.
Well, that didn't mean they're going to take 45 minutes to put it together.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I thought they were going to make the food and sit it in one of the little the warmers
Warmers, yeah.
or whatever it is, right? So well, Jemiah's not going to do crazy numbers, but that's whatever. But I get there, and I had the rudest bitch ever. And Popeyes, and I'm going to say this as a black dude, Popeyes is full of black people in terms of who left. Oh, Jeremy. Okay, here you go. Popeyes is full of black people in terms of workers, for whatever reason, right? I said, I am so sorry. I said, I'm sorry, miss. Excuse me, miss. She didn't want to even look my way. So I said it louder with a little bit more authority. Miss! She turned around. I said, I just want to know, how do I get my food that I ordered online? What's your name? I said, Josh. We don't have the food yet. Now, she told me that she threw the food out because I took too long. Fine. That was my folly. She said that we didn't make the food yet. I said, what do you mean you didn't make the food? I ordered it 30 minutes ago. Well, we didn't make it. We didn't make it. And I was like, this bitch. I said, well, how long is it going to take? I don't know. Let me see. She goes in and she checks it. I mean, you're going to have to wait 10 minutes. I said, how did that happen where I went online to order the food and it's still not done? It doesn't have to be done. Other people are in front of you. That's why it's not done. And I was like, this bitch. So I flipped out. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Why do you have an online option in the first place if we're going to take 45 minutes? I don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Like you were on the phone with me and you were like, yo, let me call you back. I was like, oh shit.
Eventually, I was so pissed. I waited for about 7 minutes. But the way that she conducted it, I thought this bitch was going to take the patty and wipe in between her pussy lips and close that
Probably
shit.
did.
So
Probably did.
I was really like, I said, all right, fine. I ain't even going to order it. I just didn't trust it. The way that things were going. So I go ahead and I say, I want my money back. The manager comes out here, some Puerto Rican dude. I don't know who he was or whatever. He was like, we're about to make your food right now. You don't want it?
Wait, you got something against Puerto Rican dudes, man?
I'm just telling you to paint the
Here
fucking
we
picture.
go.
Shut your ass up.
Hey, slap together food for slap together people, man. What do you expect?
Wow, what a racist bitch. So, slap it together. Anyway, so he goes ahead, and I'm like, nah, I want my money back. I said, that cashier, she was fine, but the other cashier was okay. I said, he was like, well, and he looks at me. I'm like, well, it took 30 minutes to make my food. 30 minutes? You just got here, dude. I said, I ordered it online. Oh, if you ordered it online, I can't give you your money back. Sorry. You're going to have to, go on the app. I said, there's no options on the app to get my money back. Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. I said, you know how to use this? No. And he walked away. Man.
You should Falcon punch this dude.
This generation of attitude, whatever you want to fucking call it, where people think that shit's cute. It doesn't matter what race it is, but I'm disappointed in my own race that they just totally settled in to that stereotype of bitch. Period. Apparently, it's everywhere, but I'm upset with that. That was the poorest experience I've ever had, ever. So that's why I was late today. I was just trying to order some fucking food. That's how that worked. him being Puerto Rican has nothing to do with the story. He was Puerto Rican. I didn't say it was. I just said I'm painting the fucking picture. She was a black chick.
You ain't been paying attention. Jemiah been poking the bear all day.
What
Just
you
be a
should
Jemiah.
have been like is person A, person B, and then person C. So that's what you. That's how you should tell your stories. So
Please, I told how the fuck I want to tell that damn story.
I say he kicked your ass to the curb.
I mean, I wanted the fucking Falcon
Para
punch him.
puro
Just like,
raza.
just like what Ken and Dishonorable said. I was like, this bitch. I was like, he got fucking once. If I call corporate, and I said in that store and called corporate, I said, if they fucking tell me that he can return it, I'm going to beat his ass. That's how I felt. I was waiting for them to say, oh, he could do it. I was going to, little short ass nigga, yo, fucking 5'4" and shit. I was going to just rip him the fuck over the counter, yeah. And just happily go to jail. I would have been fine. Carted away with a smile on my face. That's how upset I was. Like, I mean, I get it, and you have like fucked up situations, but like, you're in a fucking place of chicken. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. You don't act that way in front of chicken. That's what we're not gonna do.
maybe it's time to change meats or something.
Especially Popeyes. Popeyes so delicious.
Chicken again? Yo, every
Well,
time.
see, that's the thing with Popeyes. Like Popeyes knows that they have the black demographic cornered. They have that market on lockdown. So like, they're gonna take your money and you're gonna eat their food regardless.
Excuse me, Hellscream. First of all,
I mean,
I
that's the
don't
truth,
think
bro.
I don't.
You have people getting shot over their fucking chicken sandwich. You know, several months back. So-
First and foremost, that's probably why they got shot. It was nothing to do with the chicken. It was that
They're probably at
attitude.
the store.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. First of all, don't refer to me as black, dude. It's person of color.
I used to like Popeyes, and then I just swapped back to KFC.
I like
So,
I like how
never
he
turned
just
back, so.
high stepped that whole comedy. He was like this bitch.
He said, forget that.
I usually get KFC because I'm not driving that far unless I'm down.
Yo, Hellscream did a barrel roll, yo.
He was like, I ain't doing this with this dude, yo. No, we're not doing this. This nigga said I was 5'6". Yo, he listen, and then he gets all butthurt when I talk about Cyberpunk and how that game is going to stay at 13 million.
I think what it is I think this Jemai guy that he just knows how to get your panties in a bunch.
He does.
and
He's good at it.
you respond to him every time. He just knows how to press those buttons, bro.
I am
It's
so
not very
glad.
hard.
I am so glad.
It's not
I'm
very
not
hard. All you have to do is
related.
say Last of Us 2. and
I'm
that's
so
more
glad
enough.
I'm not related to Jemiah, man. We be scrapping in that family all the fucking time.
Yo,
It's a volatile love-hate relationship.
bro,
I've observed.
Last of Us 2 is an easy way to get Josh riled up, yo.
Thank you so
Oh,
much
yeah.
for your time. I really appreciate
all
you
you have to do
guys.
is
Don't
YouTube.
forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But definitely like the video. Definitely, if you're on social media or if you're on Twitter, retweet it. If you like the commentary, it really helps out. We're trying to get this shit to grow. We don't want to do the same type of news. Like just do news. We want to be like the PlayStation culture, like the shit that we like or dislike. So, thank you so much and take care.
Maya, stop.
Wait, did you end it yet, Josh?
I'm about to